Type Podcast Studios.
Hi, I'm Anna and welcome to Paramount Media's podcast, Boardroom Backchat. And with us today we have the whole Paramount team. We have Steph and Anne. Steph?
I'm Stephanie Allen. I am the company director of Paramount Media and of Regent Business Club.
And I'm Ryan. I am the office manager for Paramount and director for Regent Business Club.
Hello.
Hello.
So you're probably wondering why I've given you some paddles.
Yes. I'm very excited about these paddles.
Yes.
So, yeah, we're going to do a little family Mr. and Mrs. section.
Okay.
So some quick fire questions, just to introduce what Paramount Media's podcast is going to be like going forward.
Okay.
Chatting about some of the topics that we've got coming up.
Yeah.
So you have a yes or no.
Okay.
And I want you to just answer my quick fire questions with whatever comes into your head, your initial reaction.
Okay.
Okay.
I need to write on the back what they are.
I know,
so, yeah, because you might get confused. But, okay. So, yes or no? Business owners should self-centre to protect their business at all costs. We all did the same one there. Yes or no? Hiring family is a good business decision. Companies should replace employees with AI if it increases efficiency.
Yeah.
It's a tricky one, that one, but
It's
yeah.
a tricky one.
AI kills creativity. Oh, Anne.
I don't.
Interesting. Networking is always transactional.
I've said a lot of no's up to now, haven't I?
You've been argumentative
I
after
probably
this.
are. I'm dead argumentative.
And the last one, competition drives innovation more than collaboration does.
Oh,
I think I've done a full house of no.
say it again. Hang on. What is it?
Competition
Yeah.
drives innovation more than collaboration does. Oh,
I don't
questioning myself now.
I don't think you get the question proper. I'm not with it today. Anyway, I don't know. I'm somewhere here.
So let us look at these questions before you fired them out.
Absolutely not, because then it's not impulsive, is it? So our next podcast, episode 2, is all about free speech. And we've had some a great article in one of our magazines recently about that subject. So I want to start with that subject, really, and your thoughts.
I actually don't want to comment. No, I don't, because you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Yeah.
So, as for free speech, I think it's safer if I don't say anything.
But
I think it is.
haven't you just proved a little point that possibly
Yeah.
there
Well,
isn't free speech
well,
then?
That's so you know no.
I'm pulling you in on.
Yeah, you are. Whatever I say
Yeah.
is going to be wrong to somebody.
Because in a way, it's proving that you feel like you haven't got any free speech.
I don't think
I
you
don't
have.
think you have.
I really don't think you have.
Not especially not in like in business settings.
No.
You haven't. I don't think. As much as I think we have. How many people honestly give their honest opinion on things if you were in a room with someone who had an opposite view to what you were discussing, how comfortable are people to express that in a business setting?
Well,
I don't think a
exactly,
lot of
because
people
whatever
are.
you say can be twisted, used against you, or took the complete wrong way.
Yeah.
So I personally think it's safer not to comment a lot because of that.
Yeah.
Do you think that's because you're a business owner? Do you think that is the same for employees? Do you think they would feel that same
I
type
think
of
a
pressure?
lot would, yeah. Because some things can be said totally out of context, and people have lost their jobs.
Yeah. I don't know whether it is that little bit more pressure as a business owner, because you've got more to lose, really.
Yeah.
haven't you?
But also, I'm looking at it and all as a mother's point of view. My free speech, so to say, could have a knock-on effect of my children,
Yeah.
to my children, of whatever my beliefs or my thoughts are. If my children's friends didn't agree, or
Yeah.
you just, as a mother, as a
Yeah.
business owner, as a person, I think for me it's better not to say out. So as free speech goes, I don't think we have free
No.
speech.
And when you-
I have
sorry.
I have a lot of arguments with my kids, and we've said this in the office, haven't we? Because I might be a little bit obviously generational differences, but I have a completely different opinion on certain subjects to what my
Yeah.
teenage girls do, and they find me quite old fashioned, and they argue back with me. So there's free speech there. I'm able to say it, but
Yeah.
we do have a lot of arguments about
Yeah.
certain subjects.
Yeah.
I think you've got to read the room and who you're with as well.
Yeah.
Some people can twist anything, and some people have the same views of you, but they're also frightened of speaking out.
Yeah. And that's it. So I think overall,
Overall,
we probably haven't got
no.
free speech.
But have you? Because you're able to say what you want, but it doesn't mean that there's not a consequence for that.
Well, that's
so
it. So it's not free.
the freedom of speech
Yeah.
is there, but then do you have to just weigh up what the consequence of your speech is going to be?
Yeah.
So does that mean, do you think that as a business owner you waiver your right then to free speech by censoring yourself? Do you think
Probably.
it's that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's your choice. You've got a choice of whether you say what you want, but it's the fear of
The
consequence,
consequence.
the repercussions of what you say in different rooms and different settings. It's that stops you, and it's the same with anything. If there's going to be a consequence to something, that's going to take away your freedom with that. If that makes
Yeah.
sense.
So as a business owner,
Yeah.
with employees, we keep our team very small and
Yeah.
and tight knit, don't
Yeah.
we? Because we work well, and we've had issues with staff before. But if we did employ sort of the staff, how far do you think you would let that go? So with their free speech,
Yeah.
obviously they're able to post what they want on their own social medias, but at what point do you as an employer have to step in or feel like you should, where it could potentially affect your brand? Or
Yeah. Honestly, that's why we don't employ anyone.
yeah, it is absolutely.
But it's true. I mean, that is not the reason why we don't employ anybody, but it is that sort of the red tape around things, the fear of doing things wrong, and that is really why we keep our team so small, because
Yeah.
we trust each other. We know, and that is pretty much it, isn't it? We don't want to have our fingers burned with things, and so
We've actually, we'll have discussions and we don't agree on everything.
no,
As we know from the other night,
Yeah.
for instance.
Yeah.
We didn't agree on everything, but we know we can talk about it
yeah,
and move on from that.
Yeah.
We've got different of opinions. If we had someone who was employed with us and it was like the other night, that can be took total out of context, like
yeah,
bullying or anything like that, because
yeah,
you can't talk and resolve everything
yeah,
without being labelled something.
yeah,
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But with us, we don't agree on everything. We
Yeah.
can disagree and stuff. Right, that's over and done with. Let's move on.
yeah,
It is what it is,
Yeah.
and I think we resolved it. But if that was someone else, it's like, well,
Yeah.
no, it can turn into something really big
yeah,
out of something really just not agreeing on something.
yeah. Have we nearly finished these freedom of speech questions? Because I'm
Are you
sweating.
getting hot? No, we haven't.
No.
No. So I just think it's really interesting because if you have an employee that maybe is saying things on social media, maybe on their own personal one, I just think it's very difficult because then if you pull them in, what are your rights then as an employer to,
Yeah.
take them down maybe some kind of disciplinary route or something because of what, because of the things that they're putting on social media, but does that then make us discriminating against them?
Yeah.
It's just a minefield.
It is a minefield, and it's really hard at the minute, I think.
I myself, even before I was a director, companies I worked for, I was always worried of what I'd put on my social media,
Yeah.
just in case
Yeah.
I got pulled. So again, I don't ever think it was my freedom to put what I want, even though it was my personal social media.
Yeah.
But I was aware not to do that for the
Yeah.
companies I worked for.
Yeah.
But that was just me.
Yeah.
Not, I don't mean for everyone to be cautious of what you write. It's up to them. But I was. Do you know what I mean? And even now, I won't put stuff on my social
No,
media,
no.
whatever I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And it's my own personal social media because that could get picked up and pulled to pieces.
Yeah.
I think that's really interesting again because just from my personal experience, in my previous life as a nurse, I was very, very careful what you liked on Facebook, what you posted,
Yeah.
how you presented yourself in social things, because it was always the idea that you representing the profession,
Yeah.
the nursing
Yeah.
profession, so you had to uphold that, So I was always very careful. Since I've left,
Yeah.
maybe I do like things on Facebook a little bit more. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't comment particularly or do any commentary on anything.
Yeah.
But, I am a little bit more free with what I will
Yeah.
like. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing.
No, I know what you
You're
mean.
going to be
Yeah.
looking through my Facebook
I
now
know,
to see
yeah,
what I've
see what
liked.
she's
That's
been
what I mean.
liking.
Is it a bad thing?
I know.
Do you know what I mean? It's just I'm cautious, and maybe it's because of companies I've worked for, and I've always had that in the back
Yeah.
of my mind of what I post and what I don't
know.
post. There's
It's
other people
hard.
that'll post and like whatever they like,
Yeah.
and that's fine. There's no right or wrong in it. It's
No.
just a lot of the time you've not got your opinions. People don't listen to your opinions on it. It's twisted. It's just a subject that I think, ugh.
Do next question.
Should we move on from free speech?
Do you know what?
Yeah.
I actually feel uncomfortable talking about it.
I actually feel uncomfortable.
What's that
Yeah.
about?
So
I'm a
we-
grown
Well,
woman.
that
I'm a
shows a
grown
lot though,
woman.
doesn't it? It
Yeah,
does.
I'm a grown woman. I should be able to say and talk about what I want or what I feel, but I'm actually really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Really.
That's-
My palms are sweating. I'm
I
not
know.
uncomfortable.
That's crazy because we're not even going
Yeah.
deep
No.
into anything like that.
No.
You're just kind of scratching the
Yeah.
top.
Yeah.
And that's the reaction that you're getting. That just kind of proves,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
That, is there actual free speech
Yeah.
then? Because you're clearly censoring yourselves and getting
Yeah.
anxious about the subject.
I'm actually frightened in case I say something.
Yeah.
So I'm just
Yeah.
like, no.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
I'm not going to
to
lead
move
you
on
down
it.
any bad road here, don't worry. Anne. So we'll move on then.
Yes.
Yes. Start making
Yes.
you anxious.
Moving
Please move
swiftly
on.
Probably shouldn't have started on that subject, but anyway. So our episode after free speech is all about AI.
Right.
So is it a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah.
So opinions, what do you think? Do you think AI in business is a good thing? Do you think it's making us stupid?
Yes and no.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
It's. Do you know what? It actually frightens me as well.
Yeah. It is a bit scary. Some of the things it can
Yeah.
do.
So, it's yes, it's good for some things. No, for other
Yeah.
things.
I personally feel like it's great and it's been brilliant for a lot of businesses, but I do definitely think it's going to make generations to come a lot less like, well, I don't know, because maybe they'll learn different ways, but it's the unknown, isn't it? So I just personally know. So like when we were in school, using spell check on a computer
Yeah.
stopped you learning how to spell properly because you'd had spell check.
Yeah.
So now I'm not as great at spelling. as I probably was when I was a kid.
Yeah.
You know, because you get lazy with it. And I think
Yeah.
with the AI things as well, they can do so much for you. You're not actually having to use your brain to do as much as you needed to.
Yeah.
So will it make us a little bit more unintelligent? Maybe.
Yeah. I agree with that because my kids, they have spelling homework sometimes, and they can go through and they start typing the start of the word, and then it'll auto-correct on the bottom of their iPad, and then they just bing, and they'll get it right, and you're like, you're not learning that.
Yeah.
It's auto-corrected it for you. So they get full marks across the board. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it's
it's
cheating, really.
But then again, are the, you know, it's bizarre. I think we're in like an era at the moment, or an age where we just don't know enough yet about where it's going to take us and what it's going to do to society. Because, we're in that limbo stage, aren't we?
Yeah.
Where I think, what did we talk about it the other day? Was it us? On about we're the last sort of generation that's
we
going
was on
to...
about it in the office.
Yeah, like we're not, where we didn't have AI and we didn't have like internet and phones and all that. Like after this, everyone's not going to know any different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a scary thought.
It's sad.
Yeah.
I think that's really, really sad.
A lot of people, they don't interact
No.
anymore. They just sit there and and someone else is doing it for it. Or them AI robots, they like really scare me.
Yeah.
It's an it's an absolute hatred of mine. I'm really quite against AI. I'm not saying I don't use it, because you do, obviously, but it's a real big bugbear of mine. I hate going on LinkedIn and seeing all these AI ChatGPT posts which you can see a mile off. And, you know, how much is if that's all we're putting into these systems, are they just regurgitating their own stuff? So is AI going to get stupid? It's going to make us stupid because we can't think for ourselves anymore, creative-wise. Is it going to make itself stupid?
To what Steph was just saying.
We're the last generation.
Yeah. So it goes back to that.
Yeah.
Then.
To when we were... Yeah, because I think we are now the last generation that won't have... And do you know what? When I think back, I would love nothing more, honestly, to go back to them, to live like that.
100%,
where no phones, no, like, where people had to... Oh, you've got a landline. People had to, like, ring you, like, on the landline, and if you were in, you were in. If you wasn't, you wasn't.
Yeah.
Or go knock for your friends.
Yeah.
Like,
A
we
phone
remember used
box.
to go out.
We used to have, if you didn't have a landline, you'd have to go to the
Go
phone
to the
box.
phone box, yeah.
Do you know what? Christmas morning, I say this all the time. When we was kids, Christmas, the first thing you'd be out on your bike, your roller skates, your skateboard, or ghetto blasters. I am showing my age now. But now, Christmas morning, you don't see a child.
Yeah.
You don't see one child out in the streets.
No, you don't.
And it's sad
No.
because they're all inside with gadgets.
Gadgets, I know.
I just don't think kids are having the enjoyment that we did when we was children.
Yeah.
No, and do you know what? I got, my little boy's 5, as you know, and I got him an upgrade on his iPad for Christmas, or for his birthday, and I was actually talking to my husband about it last night. I'm so sorry I did it.
Yeah.
Because you think he's only 5 years old. Like, I don't even think we had a Tamagotchi when he was 5. Like, he's 5 years old, and I can already see, because he's got Roblox now on this iPad, whereas he just had, like, one of the tablets before that he'd watch, like, YouTube Kids on or whatever. But he's now got Roblox, and I've seen a massive difference, and his birthday was in January. I've seen a massive difference in his behaviour, his attention, like, all these things, and he's not interested in us anymore. He literally just wants the iPad or to watch Ninja Kids on YouTube on the TV. And since he's learned how to use the remote for the TV, I'm like, because he keeps putting it on when I've gone upstairs or whatever, and I've noticed a huge difference.
Yeah.
So I actually said to my husband last night, sorry, Teddy, but we're going to cut it all right back, because I don't want that for him.
Yeah.
I want, and it's hard, because then you've got the whole, what other kids have, and I've not got that, and other kids have got it, and it's like, I'm sorry, but I'm just going to have to be a tough.
They don't play out anymore.
No.
It's very rare that you see.
No.
In the summer and stuff. God, we used to call it the big field. It's actually the car park outside these studios. It used to be a big field. So we'd all be on there playing rounders, cricket, and it was like all the kids from the estate. Mums used to join in as well. Your mums would come out and they'd play, but you don't get any of that now.
No.
And it is all electronics.
Yeah.
My little boy Johnny, he's got a phone, and it's only a phone he can use in the house. It's not one. He can't ring anybody or message anybody. It's just one for using his little apps and games and stuff. But he's got Google Assist, like AI on that, and I've heard him talking all kinds to this Google Assist and asking it all kinds of questions. And then I said, "Who are you talking to?" "Oh, Google, my friend."
Oh,
And he counts that as his friend.
Yeah.
Like, how sad is that?
yeah.
It's not. It's a Google AI. Like, and he's like, "Oh, it's my friend."
Yeah.
Oh.
I find that heartbreaking.
It's going to be
future.
interesting. That's it. It's going to be interesting to see how different, like this generation now, because obviously Johnny and Teddy are 5 and 6.
Yeah.
How different it is for them when they're adults, and because wow.
So thinking that like AI can kill creativity possibly for the future. So what about automation though? Because that's a form of AI. At what point, like we said in the yes or no's about, it taking people's jobs for automation. If you can automate people's, roles, do you need people anymore? Is that laziness? Is it, at one point, does it become efficiency or laziness?
Well,
Bit of both.
yeah, I think
Bit of both.
again, as a business owner, and the things that we've talked about like, our fears over employing people, it makes our lives a lot easier when we can automate things, because then we don't need the person. So, yeah, it probably is. It is taking jobs, really, having the ability to automate a lot of your stuff.
And you're not getting the human touch though.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How annoying is it when you phone somewhere and it's press 1, press 2, and you're just like, I just want to speak to a human. Or you go on live chat and it's a bot.
Yeah.
And you're like, I just want to speak to a human. Because you're asking it questions, like, how can I help you? You ask a question, I do not know what. Yeah. Just put me through to someone.
Yeah.
So I think that really gets right up my nose.
Yeah.
Can you tell anymore though? So we went to a networking meeting, didn't we? And somebody in the room showed us an AI phone call. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So this was like a helpline, and he was showing it us as an example, and rang it up and gave an example of one of my staff members is kicking off outside. He's just punched one of the other staff. Just give something quite ridiculous, didn't
It
he?
was scary, actually.
And it was frightening. This voice was, oh, that's terrible. I think you should go outside and defuse the situation. It was talking like a human. You couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The advice it was given was so human. It wasn't just okay. It was quite. It sounded empathetic, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's frightening.
But yeah, I like the human touch. I like talking to a human. I like if I'm on chat, it's a human at the other end.
Yeah.
Because there's empathy. They can give you empathy. Them, they can't. They don't. They've not. It just can't do it. Yet. It just can't do it yet, I feel. But I like the human touch. I like, because I get so frustrated if it's not a human that I'm talking to. Because you can't explain what you want, because it's like a script. It's like if you get a cold caller and they to a script and you say something and they're panicking, thinking, that I've not got that answer.
Yeah.
So no, I like the human touch.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
So we're going to move on to a bit of a contentious one here.
Right. Okay.
So this is going to be our episode 4. And so we're talking family in business. So presently in 2023 and still now in 2025, family-owned businesses make over 90% of all UK private sector firms.
Really?
With around 5 million such businesses in the UK in total. So in 2023, which apparently is the most comprehensive year that's been published so far, family firms generated about 2.8 trillion in turnover, roughly half of all private sector turnover. Those stats are from UK Finance. But roughly 4 out of 5 family businesses report significant internal conflicts, with only 20% having conflict resolution mechanisms in place. So, family and business, I know this is a difficult one for us to discuss.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'll go first. Takes
Go
the
on.
heat off you two
Thank
girls.
you.
I personally think working with family could be a good thing. When I'm saying working with family, i.e., I mean, if I worked with my husband, my daughters, don't know me, my husband, there'd be a lot of conflict. Because if we was at home and you was disagreeing, you could take it into work. But I'd work with me daughters, no problem. Extended family, I love yous all very much, but it'd be a no.
Yeah.
No, because the conflict and the loyalties and stuff like that. My daughters, yeah. Extended family, no.
Yeah.
No. There's two. My husband's been down that road.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lee. But he has. And no, I don't know.
Well, I've obviously got a lot of experience working with family over the years. I think my mum in particular, I worked from the day I started working, really, other than my little stint as a hairdresser. But yeah, to be fair, we actually got on really well working together.
Yeah.
So we worked together from I was 17, I think. Yeah, it was just before my 18th birthday, up until probably at least 30, 31. So a good 14 years, is that? Yeah, wow. And obviously we had our issues, as you would as mother and daughter anyway, and I really used to get on her nerves a lot. And she used to get on mine sometimes. But that was just sort of, as any sort of a colleagues, you work together 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
But we actually worked really well together, to be fair. And we actually started up a business together as well, along with some other colleagues. And it was all right. We actually done all right. But that's the sort of positive side of it. But then we've got a family business. Thankfully, I am not involved in said family business. But yeah, you know that we've got a family business that has gone down the complete opposite route, and it has caused so much upset and so much hurt and problems within the wider family. So yeah, I think managed well and with the right. I think you've got to have the right temperament.
Yeah.
To be able to work with family. I think if you if you've got two sort of hotheads, shall we say, if we're allowed to say that, free speech, But if you've got two people that are really hot-headed and you put them together in any situation, whether it's in a family situation, in a work situation, you're going to get a clash. There's going to be problems. But I think, like with me and my mum, where we both we like conflict resolution and we want to resolve things and we want people to be okay. And, if you've got people like that or one-on-one, then you're all right. It just depends.
I think that's just proved what I've just said.
Yeah.
I'd work with my daughters, but not with my extended family.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'd work with my daughters like you and your mum, but I wouldn't work with my extended family.
Yeah.
Strange that, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's how I feel as well.
I think my stance on this, I've got positives and negatives really, because I've been in business with my ex-partner. We weren't ex obviously at the time, but we started businesses together and we're able to work really well together. It worked. And it didn't really take any arguments into it. It was just it worked and it was fine while the relationship was fine. Once the relationship broke down, that's where difficulties came. So unfortunately, in ways, I am part of that business that you said in your family, and that is the one that worked well before for me. But now because me and my ex don't really speak that well at times, it's difficult with meetings and you know, having to be on calls together and go through the conflict that they're having. Luckily, I'm kind of not too involved in it, but like, they're all brothers, so as you know, they clash, but they clash in real life anyway, so that's no different. So the business relationship has been volatile at times, whereas the personal relationships have as well. They're just brothers. But where now it kind of is, it impacts the whole family, doesn't it? So what did start for me as a positive with family and business moved into a hugely negative one.
And I think if you sat any of the family down, they'd all agree. Wouldn't they? Everyone
that'd
involved.
be the case for most family businesses as well.
Yeah.
I really do. That there's conflict in everything. But I think that if you asked all these family-run businesses, I'd like to know the statistics on that, to be truthful.
Well, that, like just said then, you know, 4 out of 5, according to these stats, report significant internal conflicts. I can see that totally.
But that's when
that's
you
a
think,
really high number, isn't it?
That's normal then, so to speak. All family businesses go through it.
And I think it is just down to as well. So you've got, like, even in just a normal work setting without family involved, you're going to have internal conflicts. So regardless of, it's whether that then gets took home. You know? And I think that's one of the things my family used to always say to me, like my sisters and what have you, because when we'd be sat around my mum's table or whatever, you know, all meeting up, and it'd be me and my mum talking about work all the time. So we used to get, right, we don't want to hear any more about work, and we're like, oh, you know. But it's whether you can sort of like separate it off, and sort of like work's work and home's home, but unfortunately lines do cross, don't they?
I think that's
where it becomes hard.
I think that's where a lot of the problems come
because
from.
I don't think you would be able to leave it at the work door, workplace.
I think you know, your confidentiality or whatever goes out the window, and then you've got wider family involved where they shouldn't actually be, and they wouldn't be if you were an employee of any other company, and it tangles, doesn't it? It becomes really difficult. Okay, I've got one more topic to talk about, so we will move on from family because that is a little bit difficult.
It's a difficult one, that.
I'm sweating on that one as well. So networking. So this ties into Regent Business Club as well. Right. So, and it will be one of our discussions later on one of our episodes. So, so personal experiences of networking. We mentioned, you know, is it ever just more than transactional? Is it ever authentic? Views, what do you think?
Is it ever authentic? Well, I'd like to think so. It's certainly what we've tried to create. What we're trying to create at Regent.
There is a lot of people that will want. We all want to sell. I'd rather have a friendship.
Definitely.
And someone that you can trust rather than just getting that sale.
I don't think transactional works anymore.
No.
I think transactional's very sort of like...
dated.
Very dated, I think like the idea of a salesman, like from years ago, has long died. You know, people, I don't know what it was that changed it, whether it was COVID or prior to that, I don't know. But people just don't want that anymore.
So do you think because networking, you know, typically you do have to put yourself out there, go and work a room a little bit, don't you? So do you think that favours more people with better or more advanced social skills than technical competency? Do you think, you know, like traditional networking is better for people that are confident and work a room?
Well,
I'm not into all that, like going to work a room. I cringe. I really, really cringe. It's giving me anxiety thinking of it. But I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's for me. And then, yeah, I don't know. It makes me nervous.
Yeah.
But that's because of the type of person I am. And that's what networking should do.
For everyone.
For everybody.
Yeah.
Not the typical,
Yeah.
I'm this is what I sell, I want your money and I can help you
Yeah.
do this and
Yeah.
so on. It's like, well, there's little Ann in the corner. She's not spoke to
Little
anybody and, come on, you little. And let's, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that's it. Like, if you've got that sort of, if you are the social butterfly and you know that you can walk into any room and you can speak to people with ease and 9 times out of 10, your business is probably going to thrive, you know, because you have got that skill.
Yeah.
And it is a skill that not everybody has.
Yeah.
And I know we've touched a lot on this in the Regent podcast as well about why we've set Regent Business Club up, because we've recognised that we aren't them people, and there's a lot of other people like that as well. That
And we're not saying that way's wrong.
no, not
at all.
Great, if you can be like
yeah,
that.
I'd love to be like
Yeah, I
that.
would.
What I'm saying is, I'm not one of them people, and I'm not saying the other way is wrong.
No.
But there is a lot like me.
Yeah.
that I didn't realise until Regent.
Yeah.
To be truthful.
Yeah.
I think traditional groups do favour the more advantageous for people that are more outgoing than me and you were, especially me. I'm so awkward. So I would go to a traditional one and come away with nothing, having spoke to hardly anybody. So that's difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But going off the grain and different types of groups like Regent is, I would be a lot more comfortable going to something like that, because I'm surrounded with people similar to me that feel awkward in a room, and and just want to make connections but don't want to be like browbeaten by some big businessman and
That's what I mean. The three of us feel the same on that, really.
Definitely. And we've just basically created something that we feel we would feel comfortable at.
yeah.
And we hope, that everybody else does as well.
So you'll be glad to know that's the last question.
Oh.
Last topic.
God.
Thank God.
You're anxious and sweating now.
Yeah.
We didn't even actually go
Flustered.
that deep into these topics, so we will be delving deeper in future episodes. Thanks for watching and see you next time.
Hype Podcast Studios.